Hello, everybody. This is Renee, and Tom and I are on the Ultimate World Cruise, and we just finished our flight to Agra and touring the Agra Fort, and now we're on the way to the Taj Mahal Museum. We're going to learn more about how the Taj Mahal was built and the marble used. Large blocks of marble were transported across hundreds of miles using a series of carts, elephants, and oxen, from the quarries to the construction site in Agra.
And if you have any questions, have you been to the Taj Mahal?
Yes.
Red Fort?
Yes.
Actually, ma'am, this is the same marble which was used in the Taj Mahal and the Red Fort also. This is the white Makrana marble. Originally, this is white in color, and this white marble coming from Makrana. Makrana is the place in Rajasthan near Jaipur, about 360 kilometers far from this city. So this is called white Taj Mahal Makrana marble. But this is just temporary orange color to see the pattern, to draw the design. Actually, on the white surface, the craftsman can't mount the design, can't see the pattern, so it painted. And this temporary orange color called henna which used to dye the hairs and to put it on the hands also. These are the 𝗪𝗥𝗨𝗧𝗜𝗍 stones, 𝗪𝗥𝗨𝗧𝗜𝗍 which these are the same stones which were used in the Taj Mahal, like rich bright blue. Rich bright blue is called lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. This beautiful green is called malachite. Pale blue is called turquoise. Black is black onyx. Onyx. Shining one is called abalone. Yellow is jasper. Jasper. This is absolutely correct. Tiger eye. And orange. That's the main stone, main Taj Mahal stone. It is very much used in the Taj Mahal. When you go to today evening, you can see this one. This is the only semi-precious stone which glows with a touch of light. It is translucent, and this is called cornelian. Cornelian is the only semi-precious stone which is translucent. Light always passes through it. In local language, we call firestone. But these semi-precious stones are always available in the rock form. So they cut into slices with the help of wire. What they do, ma'am, they make a small bow, a bamboo bow, according to the size of the semi-precious stone, put a tempered steel wire and cut it manually. Craftsmen belongs to the same family who would work in the Taj Mahal. We have 1,700 artists, and this is just only demonstration place. Rest of them, they work in our homes or the cottage industries. Like first the craftsmen cut the stones and then they give the shape. They give the shape with the help of this grinding wheel. The design is in the head. This is just an imagination also. Like the craftsman hold the stone in the left hand of his fingertips like that way, and the rotating bow on the right hand, and they give the shape as the design required. Like they make flower, petals, leaves, birds, stems. Lotus flower. This is the lotus flower, and that flower has got 45 number of stones, 45 pieces, and it's a labor of one day. They can make it even 3 times finer than that. So. Normally, the craftsmen start to work at the very young age, like 17 to 18 years old, and finish after 50 or 55. Because after 55 years old, his fingers are injured and eyes are weak. But they don't get retired, because after 50 or 55 years old, they make that wheel, that grinding wheel, and that wheel is made out of like embroidery powder, sand, shellac, carborundum powder, and 2% of dust of diamond. So it is easy job to do after 50 or 55 years old. But sometimes the craftsman wants to continue the job. So they become a master craftsman, gold medal winner, or some of them, they become a teacher also. So they teach them. Although this work is transferred from father to son, son to grandson. We all are descendants of those craftsmen who were worked in the Taj Mahal in the 17th century. Right, friends, sir? First the craftsmen give the shape, and then what they do? They will put all the stones, all the jewels on the surface of the marble, and they draw the outlines, they draw the pattern. And after draw the pattern, they remove all the stones and then they chisel the marble. They make cavities like that. But sir, ma'am, it has got a technique to chisel the marble. Like they hold the chisel of the ring finger like that way and use body pressure to chisel it. And it is the hardest, strongest marble in the world. Does not break, does not chip easily. They chisel the marble up to the depth of 3.5 to 4.5 millimeters. They start the work at 9 o'clock in the morning and finish at 7:30 p.m. But in this time period, the craftsmen work 1 hour, half an hour rest, 1 hour work, half an hour rest. They can't do continuously. So when we calculate the time period, it's not more than 4 hours or 4.5 hours in a day. They work 6 days in a week. On Friday they don't work. Taj Mahal is also closed on every Friday for everybody. But to be open for the craftsmen to do some restoration work. After that, ma'am, sir, they fix the stones with the help of glue, with the help of cement, and this is the same sort of glue which was used in the Taj Mahal. The recipe of this glue only knows by the few masters craftsmen, and this is the secret recipe, as secret as recipe of Coca-Cola or KFC. But when they use this glue, they heat it, so it turns into a liquid form. So cavities are filled with this glue and put jewels one by one as the advance requires. If the stones are fixed, it means it fixed for forever, never ever comes out. But it takes 15 minutes to dry. There's something wrong. It can be changed within 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, it becomes the part of the marble. Finally, it washed with soap and water to removing the temporary orange color, because this is the color just to draw the designs, to draw the pattern. And at last, it polished also with zinc oxide. The same work has done on the small tabletops, coffee tables, side tables, and tables. On the thumb, like that. Both of the finger. This is
Oh, this one too.
yes, sir.
Like this.
Yes, sir. And turn your hand. It's from the inside.
Oh yeah, it works. It really works.
Scratches to make line within, make a proper cavity. We are the 18th generation. You are absolutely correct. But we all are descendants of those craftsmen who work in the Taj Mahal, including me. I am the 18th generation. That's the reason we are coniosis. But the full form, the full spelling of that is pneumono ultramicroscopic silico-volcanoconiosis. I think you are the doctor.
We then head off to the showroom and shops, and every bit of this was handmade. Of course, I had to buy a souvenir. It's an elephant. After that, we headed off to our next hotel. Our bags were taken to our room, and we grabbed some lunch. We passed by a McDonald's without stopping, so we ended up having Indian food for lunch at the hotel. But I didn't really sample it much. Yep, that was my lunch. Time to check out our hotel room. Once again, this hotel room is bigger than our cabin. After lunch, we took a brief bus ride to the Taj Mahal, followed by what felt like a mile-long golf cart ride to reach the monument.
Now, it is believed that even today, some of the people who were from the artisans or craftsmen who actually built the Taj, they settled down beyond this state. Now, the Taj itself took about 22 years to build. They say that the main structure took about 17 to 18 years, but the whole complex took about 22 years. And it was built by Shah Jahan. So the fifth Mughal emperor, which was Shah Jahan. So he married and he was deeply in love with his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Now she died probably on the wrong side of 30s, possibly around 37, 38. And so she died delivering the 14th child, and she was about 37, 38 around that time. So she died in a place called Burhanpur. So first she was buried in that place. Her body was exhumed and moved here later. Now she died delivering the 14th child, and Shah Jahan was out on a battle expedition. And they had about 7 kids, which survived. 7 kids survived till about, yeah, 7 kids survived till adulthood. And out of those, 4 were boys, 3 were girls, and the sixth Mughal emperor, which is Aurangzeb, the tyrant, he imprisoned his own father and he killed his eldest brother, 𝗪𝗥𝗨𝗧𝗜𝗍, who should have been the full heir. 3 daughters and none of them married. Bilateral symmetry. If you were literally, cutting the building into 2 halves, right and left, it's an absolute mirror image down to the minutest detail. So if there's a floral pattern in a particular color on the right, it's replicated on the left. So if there's a green petal here, it's exactly in the same space on the opposite side. Every Friday it is closed for visitors. Why? Because there's a mosque on the left which is operational. So that's the reason why Taj is closed every Friday. The minarets, they are leaning out by a few degrees. So if you were to make them like real straight, perpendicular, 90 degrees, it would seem as if they're leaning in. So they are leaning out by a few degrees. In the very center is the sarcophagus, the place of burial of Mumtaz Mahal, his wife. So the actual place of burial is underground. What you see is just for show. It's surrounded by latticed panels. And on the left, you see the sarcophagus of the Emperor Shah Jahan, who died later, was buried there only because of the intervention of his daughter.
The Taj Mahal is just stunning. We were not allowed to take pictures inside. The Taj Mahal sits by the Yamuna River. This river is one of the largest tributaries of the Ganga River. It is hard to believe that we are at another world wonder. We dropped off our booties and then went to our meeting location to watch the sunset on the Taj Mahal. I tried to do a time lapse so you can see the color change on the marble. Comment below if you think it really shows the color change or not. It was still stunningly beautiful as we left. We got on the electric golf carts and got back to the bus. We then took a short trip back to the hotel and had a buffet dinner. Well, you can guess by my comments what I didn't eat, but what did I eat? Leave a comment below. No, no, and no. I actually found a pasta making station at the end of the buffet. This is what Tom had. Right after dinner, we went straight to bed because we had to have bags downstairs by 4 and leave at 4:30. We got a boxed breakfast once we got on the road. After about an hour and a half on the road, our guide gave us more information about India.
Few initiatives like they've just started a few years ago collecting garbage from home to home, and we generally have been very, very bad at managing it. As people, as citizens, and as government. So we are trying to fix it, but generally, you know, people in India would keep their homes clean, but on the first instance, if they get a chance, they'll throw trash on the roadside, and there is this. They're not sensitized enough to the benefits of cleanliness. It's a cultural thing. So it's actually a problem which will take time to resolve. So these are changes which will happen, but happen gradually.
So after one bathroom break and a 4-hour bus ride, we got to the airport to get on a bus to get on a plane. And the plane is going to take us to Mumbai instead of back to Goa where the ship was originally, and we're going to meet up with the ship in Mumbai. And this is what we got for lunch. Once we landed and got our luggage, Al's flag helped our group stay together through the airport. We then took a 40-minute bus ride back to the ship.
Welcome to Mumbai, and this is one of the most energetic cities of India. It never sleeps, just like New York, and this is the financial capital of India. This was a big base for the British. So the story goes, when Catherine of Braganza, so Mumbai basically is many hundreds of years ago, the shoreline was dotted with villages which were all still occupied by the fishermen community. They are called coolies, and it was the Portuguese who came here first, and they were not really able to make use of this place. And when Catherine of Braganza married the monarch, the British monarch, the then monarch in 1600s, Bombay was given as dowry. It was 7 islands. So today you don't see 7 islands. After land reclamation and landfill, what they've done, they've joined all those 7 islands. So now it looks like a strip. If you look at the map, zoom out, it will look like a strip which is jutting out from the peninsular India. And so it was given as dowry by the Portuguese to the British, and the British took advantage of the location and the natural harbour, and that is how it became such a big trading destination. Bombay played an important role during the 1800s, especially during the American Civil War. So when that was happening, a lot of cotton and raw material which was sourced from hinterland in India was shipped to UK from Bombay. So that was the time when Bombay really got going, around 1850 onwards, and then it has since never looked back. It's a megapolis of almost, including the satellite towns, it should be about 20 to 25 million people. This is where we have our stock exchange. This is where we have the Reserve Bank of India, which is comparable to the Federal Reserve back home. And this is where we have major financial institutions. A lot of corporations are headquartered here, and in general it has been a thriving financial sector. To your left you can see high rises, So now we are moving from the suburbs of Mumbai to Mumbai, actually the town proper. The locals call it town. So once we get on this new sea link, we are on the other side. So we landed at the airport, which is part of the suburbs. We've driven about 7-8 kilometers, and now we'll be in the town area. To your left is the Bombay Racecourse, Mahalakshmi Racecourse.
And just like that, our incredible journey exploring the Taj Mahal comes to an end. We're back at the port and ready to board our ship and set sail for our next adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next port. See you at the next port.